Say what your name is.
Hello, my name is Cameron Berry. This is my first time here at this summer course.
Cool. So how has the experience been for you?
I mean, well, it's been good so far. I mean, I think I've learned a lot. You're building upon the things that I've already learned from the other drama courses. I think I kind of establish a bit something more. So I learned more about reality and how to, how to act in more realism, and also different types of technique that we just went through today in this session. So yeah, I think it's been a success really. And I think I build upon, even though we've done a lot of drama course and drama workshops already, I think I've kind of elevated a bit more, and I can take that bit home and and build upon it. So yeah, I think I've improved a lot.
Good. Out of everything you learned, which teaching, what kind of technique do you think was the one that benefited you the most?
Auditions, I think that's the biggest one. Auditions, especially when it comes to TV auditions, different types of auditions. But going back to the TV audition, I think that was the biggest one, because before I used to know but not know much. So I just learned, the little things, and sort of when the camera is sort of there, tend to pick one point and always have your face visible so they can show you emotions they put in the character and other stuff. That's been one of the most amazing things that I've learned. And also like I said before, realism, I think that's the biggest one. So if you're on the stage, you write a letter, really write a letter. If you're doing a character, I mean, be specific, take the best things out of that character, and also the things that maybe don't work, because that makes the character, that's how a human really is.
Thank you very much. Right there, if you could just tell the camera what your name is.
My full name?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, my name is Tyrone Moberg.
Good. And obviously, we're just here to get an insight from your experience. So, what have you taken from being part of this acting masterclass?
Well, I guess I have taken like more skills and I get confidence really, because I went to some other acting workshop, but it wasn't an advanced class. I don't know exactly. It was like a school, but they were more kind of, I wouldn't say laid back, but they didn't have the, if you understand what I say, like the I don't know, the nature of Suzanne. Like it wasn't like, forced. But I think I prefer this. I don't know, I like these classes because they're fun, first of all. I'm not saying the other one wasn't fun, but I really enjoy these. They push you, they teach you new things. Like I learned new things. Like I'd never done that, what's it called? The Meisner.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. They never mentioned it in that acting workshop. So now that I have learned it, I see like its importance, and how being able to use the Meisner, tactics and like whatnot, it can help you become like better at acting.
Cool. So out of everything you've learnt, what do you think was like meant the most to you? What did you learn? What did you enjoy learning the most?
I guess it was learning how to act without having to act, because I obviously already knew that acting wasn't all about extravagant acting, like but you still try and add a bit, like you still act, if you understand. But what I enjoyed was learning that you don't have to. You act, but you act real. You act like a human would. You be yourself. You be the character, but do what you would do. Be human. I think I enjoyed that most among all the other things.
Cool. So out of like everything that you've experienced, if someone was to ask you, what does this acting masterclass do for you, what would you tell them? How would you sell it?
I say it pushes you to the extent that it makes you stronger in your acting. It kind of brings you out of your shell, because it doesn't force you to do things, but it kind of encourages you to do so, and by doing so you gain more confidence and you become proud of yourself. And it really does, though things are done quickly and it is an advanced workshop, it's effective what is done. It really pushes you, but in a right way.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
My name is Kwame Wilson.
Good. So first of all, the first question I want to ask you, I just want to get a little insight of your experience from being part of this master workshop. What have you taken from being part of this acting masterclass?
Well, I think I've taken a lot because before I came here, I normally thought of acting as the lines more important than the things after. But this has made me realise that it's not just about the lines; it's also about learning your character and not staying as Kwame or Bob or Mike or whatever. You become that character fully with the lines. The lines are just bits the character says. You have to become the character entirely. Also, I also think that I've become more experienced actor in terms of doing auditions. So I've learnt that you should always, when you come into an audition room, bring an essence of that character in, not being that character when you come in, but an essence. So say they were a smart businessman, you'd come in upright, walking purposely, or something like that.
Good stuff. So out of everything you learnt during taking part in this actors masterclass, what has been your favourite thing? What thing have you warmed to the most? What's the favourite thing you've learnt?
The favourite thing I've learned is probably doing the auditions, because I think that's very helpful if you're going into the professional world of acting, that you're prepared for what's out there and how they'll be at you and what the sort of questions they ask and the sort of things they'll ask you to do. For example, pretend you're in a scene but there's not actually someone there, so you have to talk to the person like they're there in front of you. Or they might ask you questions and you have to answer truthfully, but also try and make it so it's the right answer in accordance to what the job is.
Okay, so if just to end it, if somebody was to ask you, like somebody that was interested in acting, to ask you about the acting masterclass that you took part in, how would you sell it to them? What would you tell them it was like?
I'd tell them that it's a must-have sort of thing for anyone who wants to pursue acting as a possible career or as GCSE or A-level option. It helps you mature as an actor. It's not just like some Saturday school thing. It's so much more, because it's like the word said, advanced acting masterclass, and it's to prepare you for what the world has to throw at you.
Thank you very much. Blair, if you could just say your name.
I'm Cora.
Good. Alright, the first question I'm going to ask you is so I understand the insight of what you've experienced. So, what have you actually learnt from being part of this actors masterclass?
Being a part of this advanced acting class is allowing me to learn more developed skills for acting, not just acting skills but advanced acting skills. Allowing me to see different ways to look at acting and not just look over it as within lines that we learn about. Acting is not just about reading lines on a paper, but it's about creating a character and being aware of other characters, and that stood out to me. I most learned in this course.
Good. So, out of everything you learned, what was your favourite thing?
My favourite thing was being able to we played a game, basically an activity, which allowed us to with characters, you have to feed off each other's characters without speaking within dialogue, just saying what they're doing and what we're doing. That allowed me to be more aware of other characters and how you can influence your character on them. Just basically judge it towards each other.
Okay, lastly, if somebody was to ask you about how this workshop this masterclass was, how would you recommend it to them?
I would basically say if you love acting and you don't just want to be a typical like actor within like your schoolwork, like GCSE stuff, if you want to actually advance your acting and make it a more career like within your life, I would come to this course because it allows you to be advanced, not just typical basic skills that you learn at school.
Thank you very much. First of all, I just want to ask you what your name is.
Matthew Schofield.
Good stuff, man. First question I'm going to ask you. So I am sure of your experience, what have you taken from being part of this workshop?
I think the main thing that I remember is that I've developed a new, well, not a new skill, but a skill I had. I've learnt more about it and I've improved upon it, and I've had some really good teaching as well, and had fun at the same time.
Good. Out of everything you took part in and learned and all that stuff, which was the most effective on your behalf out of everything you've learned during this workshop?
Probably working with others. That seems to be the main thing, because a lot of the activities were geared towards kind of teamwork and reacting off other people's emotions, which I was never good at before, but I really think has been really developed here. And it also means that you can get to know others who are also participating and make new friends.
In terms of acting, how has this helped you as an actor develop?
Yeah, it's made me think deeper about acting, because rather than just learning your lines and saying with a bit of emotion, you've got to think behind the lines, think of all the emotions that are running through this person, and then once you've got that, and then once you've got their objective in the scene, then you go for it, and then you use the lines. Only once you're certain you know this character, you know who they are, you know what they're doing, you know what they think, then you can say what they say.
And lastly, if you was to be asked by a person that wanted to pursue a career in acting, how would you recommend this actors masterclass to them? How would you sell it?
I'd sell it as an acting class that, if you can act and if you enjoy acting, then I think this is the place to go, because it really makes you think a lot more, and it really means that you're so much more believable, and it also makes acting feel fun because of the way they manage to do it, and everyone basically has a good time, but at the same time learns really important things about acting and playing off people's emotions and learning your character better. I think that's why it's so good.
Thank you very much, Matt.
You're like a ribbon in the sky. You are a poet and this rhyme.